Hello. Hello, hello. Come on in the room. Hey, hon. I'm going on and bring you on here. Look, if you let me. Yes, okay.
Hey.
Hey, why you so cute?
Oh,
What the
look, I had to throw the hat on because it was raining and I'm
hell? That's
natural.
that's what it
So
was.
there's
Hmm.
a bit of an afro under here.
You know what? You play too much. So I was gonna give people a little time, a few seconds to come on. I wanted to bring you right in.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty excited.
I'm very excited. Wait, I'm trying to see how to share it.
It's
Wait, I'll
very
do it on my
difficult.
computer
Um,
because it's turned.
I don't know if it's because it's term, but I know that some weeks my husband and I we do it every Monday night, and we have a button you can push and add, and then sometimes we have the hardest dog on time. So I think Facebook keeps evolving their system because it just let me add you as a guest because you have liked the page. But I was almost about to be late trying to get it to tag you because it's a business page as opposed to a personal. Still
Gotcha.
stupid, real stupid, but hey.
Well, I'm
Hey
gonna do it
Antoine, how
from
you
my
doing?
computer.
So when you come in, say hello. Tell us you're in the room. I know we can see the number go up, but if you can just say hello, Antoine, it's always good. You know, and it's so funny because are you home or are you out and about?
I'm at a friend's house, so I had to come out in the car. So this is day 2 of me being in the car because the kids, everybody is enjoying being off, having the
Hey Mama
time off.
Owens. Just like to greet
Okay.
people to come in. Yes. So you good? Oh, okay. I was like, you were freezing for a minute there. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh,
Hey Toya. Hello Renee. I don't know if some of these are your people, some of these are mine, but it doesn't matter. We are all sistering tonight. How about that?
yes, they're all our sisters.
Yes. So while we are having people come in, what we would like for you to do is to, on the left hand side, there's usually a button that says share. I would like for you to hit the share button on the left hand side, share it to your page, because I believe what Miss, I don't know if they call you First Lady or just Shirley Ray. I don't know what they call you at the church house. What do they call you?
Shelly Ray is fine.
Shelley? First lady, only lady, as our wonderful person told us last time. So she is going to give us something I think that's impactful. It has been heavy. Earl, tonight this is not for the brothers. Although my husband may join for a second because he threw a monkey wrench when I was talking to him about tonight about how he felt that if I had sisters in my life, his life would have been a lot easier as a husband, and it
Oh,
it
wow.
messed me up for a minute because I was telling it had been really heavy on me, even before I found out that you this week coming up is your, well, it's September is sistering
Sister in
month,
September.
sistering September, but also you have the revival going on this week. So I feel like God orchestrated this night because remember I asked you about this before I knew about that. And
Yep.
then so this is the day before. So this is leading up to people having an opportunity to get a part of rejuvenating and connecting. I think it's so important. And so when I was talking to him about it, how it was so heavy on my heart, he started doing something from a husband's perspective that I didn't think about. So if he would join for a brief second at some point in time
That would
later
be
on.
awesome.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead one more time. If you are just joining us, say hello. Let us know you're in the room. And hello, Shayla. How you doing? And on the left hand side, if you can hit share to your page, I believe this sistering is going to do something for somebody tonight. I don't believe this is an ordinary broadcast that we do ours every Monday night with couples, but I believe in what she's doing. I believe in the sistering. I believe in the dressing room. I believe that God orchestrated her for just this movement. Only she can
Oh,
do
thank
this.
you.
Only, I
Thank
mean,
you.
it just came so easy to her. I don't know how to describe that other than if it's not your ministry, it's work.
God.
But if it's not your ministry, it takes work. But it
Yeah.
comes so natural for you. So I thank God for that because you helped me.
Thank
And a
you.
lot of the people that was at your retreat, which I went to the Left Hand Ladies retreat, which was the best thing that I think I've experienced in my adult life. Let me tell you something. I got to God on a stupid level that
It was so good.
I mean, I left there and I was in the worst situation health wise, and then I'm having some issues on my job, and so the two of them together was just like overwhelming, and I really was debating not coming. But then I knew with all that attack that God would have some in store for me, and it, oh my Lord.
It
So hi
was
Keisha,
good.
hi, Maria. So let me introduce you to
Hey,
Michelle.
sisters.
Hello, sisters. So let's introduce you to Michelle Reynolds. She is affectionately known as Shelly Ray. She is the heart behind sistering. And I know you've seen the shirts everywhere. And people, I see people out with the shirts, and I'm stopping them. And I was like, what you know about sistering? What you know about my sister? You know, and so we started laughing because some of them say they've been to your dressing room or been to an event that you had. I always want to know how they know it. Like, did somebody just give
Uh-huh.
you the shirt, or do you really know what sistering is? I mean, I'm just a petty,
Did you
crazy
find
sister
it
like
in Burlington Coat Factory?
that. Right.
You
Look,
know,
if we
Burlington
find them,
be having church shirts and everything. I don't know how to get there.
really? Oh,
Yes.
wow. So, um, she is a modern day, and I used to say first lady, but after we were at our Left Hand Ladies retreat, we were told that it's the only lady. So she is the only lady
We're
to
told that.
Pastor Jermaine Reynolds, who is the pastor of Redeeming Light Center Church. She is the mom to 2J and Madison. Honey, she got a testimony and a story all by itself for that by itself. And she is the executive director at Every Kid Outreach. Her passion is to see women, sisters, do life and win together. I'm sorry, do life and win together.
Yes.
Now, the fact that she says win together, and we usually can't even be in the same room or in the same nothing together without it being a problem. That's a task that God has given her on a whole another level. So we want to welcome you. Look, y'all can give some little
Thank
clap. Y'all give y'all
you.
little hand claps on the screen if y'all can,
Thank
or
you.
some
Thank
hearts.
you.
I see them.
Thank you.
So first, tell us what sistering is. Yes, I love the hearts. Tell us what sistering is.
So, sistering, it is fun. It's evolved. It's become its own thing. But initially, I was going to do the dressing room, and I wanted to wear. I like wearing my own T-shirts sometimes. So I was going to Texas to do it, and I was like, "What captures what we're doing and what I hope to get across?" And that's how sistering came about. So it's really a definition. It's a word that I made up, and the
It's in
definition.
the dictionary now.
Listen, and I found it online somewhere. I said, "Who added this for me? Come on!" It was in the Urban Dictionary.
Oh, come
Um,
on, that's okay. We urban.
but I put verb now, and the definition is a time in a woman's life characterized by her open heart and ability to love and support other women, accepting and protecting them as sisters. So that is what sistering
Oh, you got a
means.
real definition, girl. You are
Yes,
official. You
yes.
got a real definition. You're
I couldn't figure out if it
official.
was a verb or a noun, so I put verb noun. It's together.
A verb now. You know what? So you drove past the dressing room. Tell us about the dressing room.
So the dressing room is 3 to 4 hour, depending on how much fun we're having. So I'm just gonna say 4 hour. Very interactive, high energy jolt of,
Emotional. Emotional.
and not just all emotions. You go through everything. You could be laughing, dancing, crying,
Yeah.
but you are going to get sistering all up and through there. And
Yeah.
it's really a dive into self-reflection, self-acceptance, and then self-discovery. So that is what the dressing room is.
Well, my first experience with the dressing room was at the ladies, the Left Hand Ladies retreat, And a point in there when you have people identify with things that's going on in their life or have they've
Mhm.
experienced, I felt like I should just stay on the other side because I got so many things that I've experienced. But it was so, it like you said, took you through a range of emotions, but it was so
Yeah,
impactful to be with other sisters because they truly supported you in whatever it is you went, and you were never by yourself.
ever.
Oh my God.
Never
Somebody
are
has
you
been,
alone.
oh, that I think that was the biggest thing because at one point in time, as much as our whole ministry, my husband and I, is about being transparent. I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily be transparent in the church world. But at one point, I didn't want to go across anymore because I felt like, ooh, it's
I
gonna
don't
look
want
real
people
bad.
staring at me.
There's so much stuff going on or have gone on. They're gonna know how and why. But I realized that was a part of being transparent. Like that place was so healing. I can't. I mean, and it's the place is not a location. It's just the dressing room. It
It's
is.
really in here.
Yes.
You know, and the dressing room is about how I describe it to the women every time is that the dressing room is the most private place that you can be in a public setting. Like you are in a huge store typically, and you get to go in there and have your moment, and you get to decide what you come out with. And so the entire time there, nobody is making you do anything. It is
Right.
totally on you to say, do I want to show this or not? And if you choose not to, it's fine. But it's already work that's going on in your heart, thoughts that's coming to your mind.
Yes.
So
It was amazing, I must tell you. So I
thank
thank God
you.
for that. That is something that I think every, I don't just, but I know you said women, but that's something that men need to deal with too. But that, I don't know, they're going to be called the sports locker room or whatever, but they need that too,
Rain and I
just to
talked about the
realize that
barbershop.
the barbershop, the sports, well, see, in the barbershop, you ain't getting dressed by yourself. The sports locker room, you can go into somewhere and change. I don't know. But I'm just saying.
There you go.
So the reason this has been so heavy on me is I feel like women have this whole thing that we can't get along, that we can't do this together, that we can't win together, that we can't achieve together. And I personally have had relationship problems with women, and it's easy to retreat. And I recently wanted to retreat, but I felt like God was telling me that is the opposite. That's the devil's plan. We're better and stronger together, and that's
Hmm.
what I learned with you at the retreat and the women that you had, which was God ordained and orchestrated. So my biggest question is, do, why do you feel like women need each other? Why do we need the sisterhood?
Um, I think that if we just look at how God designed everything, that we weren't meant to do life together. I mean, alone,
Alone.
anyways. So He said it's not good for man to be alone. Let me
Mm-hmm.
make him a helper. But I think when you go beyond that, just when you're left alone with your thoughts and emotions
Ooh,
and everything else, like I can speak from being a married woman. If I tried to do this thing alone, something as simple one day, depending on how my hormones are,
right.
as he didn't take the trash out, that could send you to,
Level
oh, I
50.
just don't understand. And so having, when I look back and see the times that I really was able to press through my hardest moments in life, there were sisters, there were women there who were supporting and loving me through it. And so when I got to marriage, there were women there that was saying, if I said, you know, I am struggling right now, or I can't believe he did X, Y, and Z, their first mind wasn't, girl, go get a divorce. It was, Michelle, that's not that big of a deal. So I think just having other people, specifically women, there supporting and saying, hey girl, you got this. I know, I'm like, okay, she feel me, she know what it's like to be in my shoes. And so to me, that's why it is so important. I grew up a tomboy. I grew up
I can't picture that.
really well, good. Good, I grew up a tomboy, and so I didn't hang out with a lot of girls. It wasn't like I just wasn't allowed out my yard. And so the boys came over to my house, and that's kind of how I became a tomboy, just always having boys there. But when I was around other women and girls, and I played sports, so I played on the girls basketball team, ran on the girls track team. So being with them, it never made me feel like uncomfortable or awkward. You go through those awkward adolescence years, but I wasn't saying, oh, I only deal with guys because they're easier or X, Y, and Z, because I was a real tomboy. I hung with my cousins, my god brothers, and so the stuff that we say about one another as women, the men are not exempt from. So it's a lie that we've told ourselves that, oh, it's easier to deal with men. Like, they gossip, they talk, everything.
Ooh,
So
yes,
why
they
not have
do.
a sister there having your back?
Yes. Well, it's so funny because growing up, all my best friends were guys. So I wasn't necessarily a tomboy, but my best friends were guys. And I was like, they are just as petty as we are. Like, they don't
No
say,
offense,
they don't
guys,
like to use the
but
word petty, but they are extremely petty. So how do you know which sister or to connect with? Because the wrong person would give you the advice that I wouldn't put up with that. I wouldn't deal with that. You know, like the women I believe that came to your retreat that I met were at a place where they want a sister and they want to be sistered. So that's the place where we know I felt like was a safe zone. But
mm-hmm.
how do you know those people that are ready to win with you, support you, to have your back? How do you know that?
So I believe that you attract who you are. Um,
Mm.
and so I really trust that the women that are around me, especially if they stay there long enough and they're comfortable, that they're ready for what I'm ready for. Like, we're walking this path together. And if they're not, but they still stay there, it's going to rub off on them. And so they're going to be like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. Because I've had several women to say, you know, man, I really wasn't into, relationships with women before, but just observing and seeing how you and your girlfriends do things, it's like, dang, that is something that I want. I'm missing that. So for me, if you are, it's not something that you have to go out and say, oh, I just need to go and find this person. I'm about to make them audition for this
For a
role,
sister in
because
role.
yes, because then you're putting standards on who they should be, what they should bring to the table. And I am, whoever you are, wherever you are, if we are here and we able to cheer one another on, I can check in on you, then let's do life together. Like,
Right.
come on. I know when I first started my girls mentoring group some years ago, every girl that I had in my group, all 17 of them were athletes.
Oh wow.
And I didn't realize that until they started. I had a couple of girls that weren't athletes and they were graduating, and I was getting some dancers, but I had other leaders by then who were helping me. I thought about it and I was like, I really attracted who I was. So that is why I had all of these athletes. That's what I enjoyed doing. Obviously, I was giving off something that said, hey, I want you. And I believe the same thing happens with sistering.
Wow. Well, you know what I did notice is that you have a lot of people within your circle, how big it is, that all have their own businesses or niches, and you share those things. You don't see them as a competition, and I've never seen that before. Like, you have somebody that does what you do, just a different fashion. And you are always promoting everybody's stuff. Like, this is what this person has going on. Even your other first ladies and, pastors' wives, they got this event going on. Like, what's her name? Shakina has her couples thing going. It's just not, I've never personally seen somebody that just shares so frequently without it being, I don't want you to take my people or my business. Like, I
Yeah.
don't, how do you get to that? Is you just born with that? Because I don't know. I've never seen that.
I don't know.
You're
I
supposed to have
don't
all
know.
the
It's
answers.
definitely it is how I am, and it is what there were times where I desired that, where I wanted somebody to help me. Like, okay, I don't know all of the answers, and people were not as open in saying, "Hey, this is how you do this," you know. And there were times where I mean, just dealing
Yes,
with
Natalie, it
mean
is a
girl
gift.
activity, and I don't ever want to come off like that. But literally, some of my girlfriends, we are constantly, almost daily saying, girl, when you win, like I win. So
Right.
which one of us gonna blow up first? Because we all going in the door. Like if they swing it open, they
We
better
all
know an
kicking it
army
in.
is coming.
Right.
And that's how, like, who I am and who you are. I don't care if somebody came up with a brown love, a dark black love, whatever. They're not you. If they said your exact name, they're not you. So they can't
Right.
offer what you can. And I know I love the person that God made me to be. And I know that there's not another Michelle. So as great as my sisters are, like they're great in what God made them to be. So I might as well celebrate them because I
Right.
can't take what they have. Like, and they can't take what I have. It's just something where let's grow from one another and let's win together.
That, I mean, what you said was a mouthful. That I think we spend too much time trying to be, whether somebody on TV we see, but when you be who God has called you to be, there will people that try to imitate what you do. But when, like you said, if you see it as if when you win, I win, then you will push and encourage one another. So many women at that retreat said that you push them to start their business, like legally, get it together, get their name, get their. That's big. No, people don't do that. I mean, Michelle, I think you take it for granted uh, how powerful what you have is. I don't want to come off
Thank
super
you.
emotional, but we don't get this. You don't, for somebody that has been the person. I Okay, so I've always been the fixer. My husband said I want to fix everything. Like everybody comes to me with their problems, and I want to fix it, even to my own
Mhm.
detriment. I want to fix it. I want to help. And then of course, Pastor Owens, who is friend, daddy, all the other good stuff, he said, you can't have the man, what he said, the savior complex or some messiah
Mhm.
complex. He's like, you can't fix
The
everything.
Messiah
Everybody,
complex.
yeah, he was like, everybody's not for you to fix. I was like, I can't stand you, but okay, you're right. But you don't realize that even though you got a heart to help everybody, you can't help everybody.
Mhm.
But knowing that I can't help you, but you know what? My sister Michelle got something that can help you with that. You know, a lot of times we get, like my husband and I do couples, um, premarital counseling, blended families is our passion. We have a blended family, and it's times that people need individual stuff that they need the dressing room for. They need some left hand ladies, somebody that's going um, partner with them on a regular basis to help them through where they are, because I don't have the patience for that one on one stuff like that. Like, girl, I got my own life going on. That's you. I'm gonna pass them over to you. I'm gonna tag you in. Somebody wrote a comment.
I got you.
You see the
Let me see
comment
if
that
I
I
can
see?
see it on my computer.
I would say because it's short on my thing. If you can see it.
Oh, she said Moses didn't know his face was shining. It was for the people, others to see. That's the beauty of Michelle's humility. Oh, thank you, Mama
It
Shy.
it it, it really 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 is. And so so I want to talk about what's coming up this week. Let's do that. I'm
Okay.
gonna take. I was trying to wait for my big head husband, but he go real slow. So let's talk about what's coming up this week because it is exciting. And now you got to make me get up real early and try to drive over to Edenville and get
Yes,
dressed
come
for work.
on.
Oh my gosh. Hey, hetero shy. Yes, Lord. But honey, I can go to work and be slinging some. I got oil on my desk, so you might have me going to work slinging all the oil down.
We
Tell me
need you
about this
there.
week.
So this week, so one of the things that I know that I am is a visionary. And for a long time, I just get these crazy, crazy ideas. And this is one of them. But I remember Pastor Shala, who just wrote the comment, she told me, because I'd be like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this. And I got to pray about it, or I don't know if I should. And she said, Michelle, I want you to get to the place where you know that the ideas that you have, God is giving them to you. Like these are not
Amen,
just,
Sister Shyla.
you know,
Amen.
So now I'm much more comfortable with it. But I went to Jermaine and I said, hey, I want to do a sistering revival. I want to do Sistering September. I want to do a sistering revival. And I was like, but I want it to be from 6 to 7 a.m. And he was like, oh, what?
Right.
And I said, but I want it to be on social media. Like, we will be at the church. We'll have a praise team. A prayer team is going to be there. A sister will be there to speak and give a word, but everybody else will be able to log in from the house. And before you get through the hustle and the bustle, or while you're on your commute to work, you can go ahead and log in. A lot of us don't take time to wake up in the morning and take a moment for ourselves before we start getting the whole house ready.
Right.
So this, although it's only 4 days, this will give you a moment where hey sis, where you're actually taking the time and allowing God to pour into you. Like, nobody is asking you to do anything. Many of us are active in ministries, in our own ministries. So even the women of Redeeming Light, because this is beyond just Redeeming Light. This is like all my sisters.
Yes.
So
that's what I love
you're
too.
not.
It's not to your local body. It is transcends all the churches. Like, churches don't do that. They don't partner together, but we are like team sisters. Wonder Powers activated or something.
You're like, come on. And so a good thing, I think, what I love about how Jermaine and I do ministry is because we're outreach first. Because of Every Kid Outreach. Like, it forces us to be in that mindset at all times. So when he got called to pastor, we took those same things and brought them over to the church. So most of what we do at Redeeming Light, it is the community. Like, when we do baby christenings, we invite people to come and get their babies christened. Seriously, like, that was probably the first idea that I had when we got to the church, because a lot of moms, like, if they are not married, they don't get their babies christened.
Really?
It's just a thing, like. And so it was for anybody to come. If you never got your baby christened and you want them, come. We had 50 kids there.
Wow.
Like 50 babies. We didn't have 50 members.
50?
Yes.
50?
Yes. And maybe 7 of them were from Redeeming Light. So those are just the things that we enjoy doing. Our graduation service is for the community. So if you graduated and you're in the community, we want to celebrate you. So we invite them to come as well. So it was just natural to be able to do Sister in September and say, let's come on, everybody come, log in. That you don't have to miss your service, at church. Yeah. For those who don't have a church home, you can, log on. Hopefully somebody told them about it. So I am nervous and excited, like, if I'm honest, because we're not going to be able to see comments. Like, right now, you and I can see when people comment.
Right.
But the camera is going to be set up in the back, so we won't be able to see comments. So we might be in there talking to the praise team, but we know that our sisters are going to be online. And so that is who we are called to minister to, those that wake up at 6 and join us.
Wake up before 6 to get there too.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I do believe that the revival is needed. And so, Babe finally came. Come on, Babe, come on. You're going real slow the other way. He went the other way. He told me he was joining and he's turning off every light in the house. Come on, Babe. So you can tell us. He just threatened me, y'all, but he's off camera. So I was telling him about when you mentioned today about if it was, let me back this up. Yeah, I would say hey to Babe. If you can see Babe in the camera shot yet. Say hey, Babe.
Hello.
You're so silly. So we were talking, you said today to me something interesting that I did not know. Mm-hmm. That you felt that our marriage would have been different, or that you would have had it easier if I would have had sistering or had some women to do it together or something. You said to that effect. What was it about?
Oh yeah, I think the relationship would have been easier, yes, but I don't know how to put it, but I think it would have been less pitfalls. You had more advice to get over things and do things differently sooner than it actually took place.
You're saying with me and you, or just my life in general?
Well, both. Because when you have people that you can partner with to bounce ideas off of, who've been through some things, you can take their advice. You don't have to go through everything.
Yeah.
So I was tripping basically.
Pretty much. That's about the size
That's
of it.
how people say, no, baby, you did well. You just had a few ups and downs.
No, I can't get over here and
Help
tell that now.
her.
Right? Listen. So I just
But
thought
we
of
got
that.
your back now.
Right. So I got to get up with you when you go to work at 4 o'clock to make it to the revival in the morning. But no, I just really wanted to, I just thought that was something that I never thought about when I was telling you that God was saying about, and he knows my struggle with women. I put up my walls a lot, and I believe what you're doing is definitely impactful and that it's needed, and you can leave now. I just wanted to see you didn't say much.
But I appreciate I appreciate what he said. Jermaine told me one of the reasons why he was really interested in me, and he was like, something that was different was you had other stuff to do. You wasn't studying what my schedule was going to be because you had your girlfriends and your life was already full. So if I didn't make the time, you was like, oh well, you know.
But see, now I was the opposite. I was the clingy chick and it's so funny because I always had boyfriends. I was always out there. I was doing whatever. But when I got married to Cedric because of bad relationships and being married before, I was clingy to him, and he was. It was almost the point where it was about to cause us to have a divorce because if he moved or he went somewhere, even if he went somewhere with somebody, I called him the whole night, which made it miserable because my insecurities just were speaking so much volume. But I had to get healing within me so that I can learn how to love me and not feel like he was. We watched too many movies. You Complete Me. I
Yes.
thought that he needed to complete me. So when he wasn't there, I felt like I wasn't complete or something wasn't
Missing.
right. Right. And why did you want to be with other people? Like, you don't want to be with me all the time? But it's a definite challenge. And I didn't even think about the fact that friendship may have played a role because we have a couple that mentors us. You know, everybody has somebody that's like you and Jermaine, I'm sure has some people that pour into you guys.
Yep.
Everybody has to have somebody I feel that they're accountable to because it holds you accountable. Because if you just run loose, then you just have nobody to
But
say to check you.
the same thing is with your sisters. Like, just as important as it is for me to have a couple that Jermaine and I are accountable to, it is as important for me to have sisters who are holding me accountable and sisters who I give permission to hold me accountable because accountability is a choice. It's a
It is.
decision that you make. And so I'm not looking at them and saying, like, mind your business. I'm expecting, and my friends already know, I'm calling them on whatever. I'm like, no, you tripping. Mm-mm. Why'd you do that? And like my girlfriend just told me 2 nights ago, I really hate you. Like, I hate you most of the time, but tonight you just on one. But I was just like, no, you tripping. It's the same thing. Like, we cannot do life by ourselves. And one of the reasons, this is just going back to something that you said. Wait, is it okay for me to
Yes,
share this piece? Okay.
go.
One of the reasons why we have these broken relationships with women is because there was an expectation there that should not have been there. Like, we have these
Hard.
expectations, huh?
That's hard.
So I'm I am, this is not a shameless plug. I just want to tell y'all where it's coming from. But I'm doing, or I've just finished my book for the dressing room. It's a follow up to the dressing room called The Wardrobe. And one of the things that I put in there is that it is the mirror complex that we have a lot of times with other women. We are really looking at them and expecting them to give us what we would do. Like we
I'm glad my husband gone there and hear you say that.
and of course that could be applied everywhere in marriage and everything, but definitely with sisters we are
Oh
looking
God.
at other women and getting mad at them
Hot
about
mad.
stuff that is in us. Like when I'm just like, oh, they don't know that, they don't know that I struggle with that, or that word makes me feel some type of way, you know. You have to remove those expectations and actually get to know people. Like,
So where do we get your, first of all, I didn't know you had a dressing room book. And I don't know you have a wardrobe book. So where do we get those? I need to get on. I need to get to part one before I go to part two, because you is tearing all my life up right now. You make me sick right now. Look, I want you. You make me sick right now.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I will. Okay, I
No, you're
won't
not.
say nothing else
No,
from
you're
the
not.
book.
You ain't sorry. You're not sorry.
But I just finished it, so I'll have those details soon. But
Pass them on, and I will post them. I
yes,
believe
I
that people
will.
need what you have. Same thing for Sheena and all those ladies. If you send me a link, like if you have that couples clinic coming up, send me the
Oh,
link. Like
you
I just want people to get the help that they need.
listen, but you and your husband
You
should
know,
come to
I
the
ain't talking to my
couples
husband
clinic
yet. You know, he okay. I gotta talk to
because
him. He a little special. He a little special. Cause he like we do
y'all,
he be like we do couple stuff. Why we gotta go? Like we go to some stuff, but he'll be like a couples clinic. So I have to talk. I have to
it
go
is
around.
so much fun,
It look fun.
and
It
y'all are
look fun.
competitive.
It look
So
fun. So listen, I have to ease things into him. You know your husband. But
I
listen,
already know
I
mine.
got a question for you. You
Go
said
ahead.
about, I think it was, oh, okay. So no, today I talked to you about when we left the group, when we left the retreat. You said everybody could be in a different Marco Polo, whatever. And I was added. I had to harass you, and I was added into a left hand ladies chapter, because I told my
Yes.
husband, I said I wanted to be in something that I'm not over. Because remember the retreat, you was like different people could start different ones. I was like, no, I just want to be in something.
Mm-hmm.
But why did you, when you add me in the group, I'm reading, I'm looking through the videos, and fear came. This is a truth and honest moment. Like immediately, fear came, and I asked my husband. I said, "Why do you think that is?" He said, "I don't know." Like, like afraid to talk, afraid to even introduce myself. That's so weird to me, because I speak, I minister, I go,
Mm-hmm.
like, but fear came in this group of ladies because I've never had that. I guess because I had to pray and say, God, why am I afraid to be with these ladies? Hey, Afrina, I don't
Hello,
know.
sisters. So here's something that I think we have to fight. It's not just you. Um, when we go into places, we want to present our best self. Like just naturally, we want to give our best self. With Left Hand Ladies, it is a place that's at some point in time asking you to be vulnerable. You can't fake all the time, you know, like, and it is times where you want to get your makeup together and, you know, and there were times where I would be like, man, I'm saying that I want to do these things. Like I want to empower women and be up and speak into women's lives or something, but I don't look like this person over here does. So it's just like, but I'm okay with myself, but why am I still like, what is this, you know? And it's just, you have to fight to be yourself. You have to fight for your own space to be okay with not being a leader. Pastor Shallow put it.
Wow. Thank you, Chelsea. Right, right. But I didn't feel that. I just felt nervous around women. It was just weird because I know, Your phone was breaking up. You are you frozen? Can you hear me? Okay, so you oh you were you your mouth you hitting the stops. Okay, now you're moving. So okay, so it's funny because I just had a connection with a group of women at church. Um, I'm a pastor's daughter, and I got a group of women that it's we call them the Fab Five, and they would have a text message group. So now we're on Marco Polo, and then I'm in the Left Hand Ladies, which I haven't said anything there yet, and then um I have a connection that I made with one of my coworkers, and this is like God is making me be vulnerable
Everybody
at
is
a
saying,
at a level that I'm not uncomfortable. Oh, it say you're frozen. You say it can't hear you.
can y'all hear me now? Can
See, it's you that keep being frozen. Stop being Elsa and let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
wait, let me one moment.
You sound like R2D2. Okay, they say you're back now.
Okay.
So I'm saying that I developed a relationship with five ladies at my church that
Mm-hmm.
we are in the Marco Polo group that I've never been connected with anybody other than just going to church and coming home. You know, like ministering, but not outside.
Yeah.
Um, I love it because when we need prayer, we call it, it's a group message text. Hey, this is going on, having a bad day. Um, I develop a good friendship, and she's actually on here. I didn't know you were on here, Brooke. From work, that my husband said, I really think she's somebody good for you. And the funny thing is, usually my husband will give me, when he meets somebody, he'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't think she's who you think she is, or that you need to be with. And I used to be like, that's stupid. She says this, she says that. And he's always been 100% accurate. He said that
Mm-hmm.
about my coworker when we had the connection at church, and even my friend Latoya. Um, I, I'm just starting to put the guard down and not feel like everybody has an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
And that's why your sistering thing is so big to me, because I hear so many women saying, I don't do women, I own this, and but you asked the other night, what can we partner with you on? What can we help you on in the month of September? How can we make you better? Like, who asked that? Who cares how I'm doing, long as that person is winning? But you did. And I was like, I didn't know that answer because I've never had anybody ask, care what they can do to help me. What
Wow.
made you ask that, Brooke? I love you. What made you ask that?
Um. So I think having Left Hand Ladies has brought a whole different dynamic to just relationships. I love technology and Marco Polo because all of us are busy. So it's hard to really sit down and
Yes, Chelsea.
sit on the phone and talk.
Yes.
Um, and I don't have time to sit there and text you the whole time
Oh, I
because
hate texting. Yes.
I'm commuting most of the time, like I'm driving. So Marco Polo just, I can put a face with, what you're saying. I can see your emotions. But having that group, which it's almost Mother's Day is our birthday, and it'll be 3 on Mother's Day. But
Oh,
having
wow.
that group brought a whole different dynamic into asking somebody, "How are you doing?" Because when you say, "Hey, how you doing, sis?" the answer is usually good. Very rarely do you get the other half of what's going on. And so as we began to talk, it was like, and I see some of my from the first chapter that we did, the alpha chapter, I see that they're on
Shout them out, girl. Shout out your Alpha chapter in here now. You can't do that.
3 commented, but hearing them say, "Who, I'm good," but it was like, okay, let me like tell me a little bit more.
Your sound cutting out again. Elsa, you frozen. Elsa, let it go.
Let me see.
Okay, you back now, I think.
Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. This is me sitting in the car. That's what I get. Um, but I was just saying that the support that she got from all of the sisters, just on something that small, but that's a big thing. Like, I'm scared. I'm scared to
Yes.
be here with these.
Wow. So we had a couple of comments I think you missed. Well, I don't even know how to give an answer to that. I do have something now, but it took me forever to even ponder that somebody cared. So we had somebody ask, how can you get a part? My friend, I'm saying somebody, my friend Latoya asked, how can you be a part of a group? Can you hear me, Michelle?
Yes, can y'all hear me?
We hear you right now.
Okay. So if you would like to join Left Hand Ladies, you can actually go to lefthandladies.com and you can register to be a part, and then you'll be added to a Marco Polo group.
Okay. And so I want to say, of course, thank you to, we have so many people coming on. Chelsea's a part of Black Love. Not we look, everybody doesn't. We haven't done anything recently, but we just have our Monday night stuff. But Chelsea says she loves Marco Polo and that that this is good conversation. Um,
Oh,
it's needed. It is needed. It said that's true sisterhood. Yeah, I aspire to have that true sisterhood when I get out of my head.
you have it.
But I
You have it.
but I do have, look, between Brooke at work and Latoya, they keep me in check. I don't like them a lot. Like you said, I don't like them a lot. Like, is that really that serious? I was like, I can't stand you get off my phone, or I kick Brooke out my office. But that's how it goes.
But you know
Let's
what?
see.
If we, everybody that, just because you're connected to people as sisters, don't mean that these are your best friends, that you got to share everything with. This is just, we can literally love on and support one another and actually genuinely check on one another without saying, oh, so now I got to go tell her me and my husband got an argument. I don't feel like I trust her to tell her that. Like, it's not that deep. It ain't that serious.
Right,
When God said to, if he said love your enemies, surely
right. You love your
you,
sisters.
and these people ain't did nothing to you. So they don't need you. You're not doing them a favor because you're deeming them important enough to be in your, you know, most sacred. I, can you hear me?
I can't right now.
Okay. It is just saying we have, like, I have a mutual and a mutual love and respect for my sister. It is like, it don't have to be deep and wonderful. It don't have to be, well, she can't be real friends, and sometimes you have friends that fight over you.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
you by popular demand.
it's not that serious. Like, that I've heard somebody say before, they don't like the term sis. Like, they feel like that is only reserved for their blood sister. And that's fine. Like, okay, but to me, it's not that serious. Like, I have two blood sisters. They know they are my blood. They know what all of that means, and neither one of them are bothered by me having all of my social sisters, you know. So get over whatever is in your
that's
heart.
The thing, though. That's the thing with sisterhood and sistering. You do have people. You have to learn people's quirks. So, like, some people say this word is offensive to them. You're like, that's not that serious. But you have to learn to respect them in the fact that that's how they feel, in order for people to let their guard down and move on. But again, tomorrow starts the sistering revival at 6 a.m. Yes. Again, I am thankful for so I do have a foundation to start on with some sistering with Latoya and Brooke. Actually, I got two Brooks, but I appreciate the left hand ladies. I just was added into chapter 5. Toya, hopefully you get chapter 5. We can tell nobody. Sidebar, Shakina, you said you added it. But yes, I have not made my intro to anybody. Jesus, I got to get my nerve up. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
You're gonna be just fine.
I know you being there all the time, and I was like, I wish I could just chime in, but anyway, I got to get my life together here shortly so I can get up in the morning. Shakina, put your link in here for your event. What do you have coming up, Miss Shelley Ray? Other than this revival.
Yeah, and then on Sunday we are going to do a
Yes, Chelsea, please join us. I'm sorry, when my black love people, please join us, girl. You will enjoy it, because honey, they go all the way in, and you just be looking real ugly, like blah 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 blah. You don't even know what, you just be there.
Come on,
what?
Come on in the room.
Listen. I was changed like I have never believed it before in my life. So, and give that what you said. Get on well. But see, you ain't in my group, so you won't see me now. Or you might be. I don't know.
You know, Keena's top dog. People. She'll go in every group.
You know what? Well, I just started to catch up, and I actually was going through socks since my children are off at college, and going through socks and throwing away these. I don't know why we keep all these old mismatched socks that we can't find the match to. And so I went through all the videos today, just like back to back of Marco Polo. I was like, jump in, Angie, come on. No, introduce yourself. I can't. So I'm working on my jump rope, my double dutch skill. I couldn't jump in.
You got it. I believe that by midnight tonight.
Wait.
That's what I'm.
See, that's that interference, Elsa. See, you bring that the Norton is not flowing right now. Look at Shakina talking about she getting all of them. Lord. Anyway, I definitely appreciate you coming out. And Marco has helped me to evolve much deeper friendship. It really works for busy moms. Yes, Chelsea.
Yes, it does.
Yes. So I want to see everybody. First of all, share this video so people, because for me, I was wondering a long time what sistering was. I wanted to know. I wanted to face. Like, I've known you via Yolanda, my cousin Yolanda, forever. I felt like I've known you, but just getting to know you and your heart was just a changing point for me. And I feel like if people get to see this video, see what sistering is, see what left-hand ladies are, they will want to be a part. They want to be better. They want to connect. If you have had problems in the past, I am telling you, and I'm a believer that God can shift that thing. He has developed a couple of strong relationships with me right now that I swore that I was not going to have any more friendships. I was just going to be me and my husband and my children. And I don't need nobody, but you do. You do. Yep. You need people. And you need people that's not going to give you the safe answer all the time. You know, the Bible says, okay, I know the Bible says, I want you to quote scripture to me. Right now, I'm feeling like I want to punch him in his face. Or these kids get on my nerves, or, you know, whatever. And somebody that's going to be like, you know, they'll tell you something good, tell you something, you know, and they're like, we'll be all right later. And you really do, because when you get with somebody that makes it worse, then you elevate. But if you get somebody that's cool, like, girl, y'all will get something. Look, y'all will get something and be all right tomorrow. Shut up, child. You know, then you think about it a different way. So, I want everybody to invite somebody, whether it's via Facebook Live, but I am asking you to get somebody to come out of their bed and go to this sistering revival. It starts in the morning at 6 a.m. And I want you to understand that my husband has to be working at 4 a.m. and I'm going to get my butt up with him and drag my raggedy behind to
And I
Evil.
so appreciate you coming.
Oh, girl, my spirit is low right now thinking about it. I get up, but you know. But that's one thing. I have an issue sleeping at night. I'm up all night. So that's one thing you can be praying for me. I need some. He gives his beloved rest.
I don't sleep very long. My daughter is.
Oh, you got little babies. I don't have little babies.
Mm-hmm.
My baby.
My cousin Charlotte is on all the way from Ohio.
Hey, cousin Charlotte, your cousin is amazing. We love her. I thank her for letting God use her in this manner. I mean, look, like the church people say, for such a time as this, it is needed.
I am absolutely, this is going to be my last thing I'm going to say, but I am so humbled by something that was just a word that has like taken on a whole life. This morning, I knew that I wanted to do the Facebook Live to stream it from the Sister page as well. So I started the page this morning and I had a goal for, okay, I'd love to have 300 sisters on the page this week. And the page is almost to 1,000 people from this morning. And so I'm just like.
On Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, so I shared to my page. Hopefully we got 29,000 followers. Hopefully I can get you to look. I'll tag every woman it is. Everybody needs this. I think what you have is is lifeline. IB.
Listen,
give me a sistering IB.
My business coach just jumped on and she was telling me, like I was telling her some of the ideas that I had, and she said, "Oh, Shakina just said we're over 1,000 now."
Wow! in one day.
Yes, and so I had
it?
to call. I had to text Dr. Mynisha White today, and I was like, "Mynisha, like, wow. What in the world?" And she was just like, "Michelle." And she is always there to encourage, just like I said this yesterday, but when you're always giving, just like you're always giving to couples, you need somebody who's going to motivate and push you to be better. So I have that. I have those relationships around me. And so I was excited today, and they all shared in the excitement with me.
Yes.
I was just like,
well, doggone it, I'm going to share too, and I'm going to bed because you're going to have me.
Yes, I need you to go to bed as soon as we get off.
I'm going to be dragging in my spirit. What am I going to do with that boy? Y'all got a place in the back that my child can sit in the back of the church?
Sure.
Because I can't come back home and get him. Christopher.
You're more than welcome to come.
Look, he going to be like, we're going to church at 6 o'clock in the morning.
What?
Yeah, we're going to assist. We're going to assist during revivals from 6 to 7. So we have to leave here like 5:45. Yes, tomorrow's Tuesday. You're gonna go to school. We're gonna leave at 7, and you get you to school at 7:15.
Did he say, "Are you playing?"
He said, "You gotta go to revival." So I'm going. We're going together.
So what time am I going to school?
At the right time. We just had to be at prayer at 6 o'clock.
Oh, so I just get up same time I always get up, 5:50.
No, we're leaving here at 5:45.
Well, dang. I ain't got no mental or something for that.
Well, Auntie Michelle said, go ahead and go to bed and get your life together.
You're going to get him an extra special breakfast on the way to school.
All right, Lord, I'm going to please. So I'm just
you got to give him something.
Look, he's talking about, what's tomorrow? Tuesday? How are we going to do that on Tuesday? We're going to bless the Lord. Oh, my soul. Oh, my Lord. You ain't got to, you can sit in the back and go to sleep. So just go get in bed. But we are leaving, guys. I appreciate everybody coming on. Like, he finna ask me 1,000 questions, yeah, because he's gonna be like,
"Thank y'all."
Look, that boy gonna go right. Maybe it'll get his mind right before he go into school, because he ain't right. No, they not feeding us. This is not the church, the chicken revival. He said, are they gonna feed us? We going to pray.
I know I can bring him a donut from Dunkin'.
He said
You know?
that will be a black church where they feed you. You can't do nothing about it.
I can
What
bring
you
him a
doing,
Dunkin'
honey?
donut.
They'll see you in the morning. Don't worry about it. Go to bed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for agreeing to come on. Thank you for your ministry,
Thank you.
your passion, your calling. Well, shut up. Go in there. You mess up my broadcast one more time. See, you got little babies. You ain't got this one right here. This is just he 12, so this is it's tween.
Hey.
He ain't made
Yep.
teenage yet. Toya, Janice, everybody that's here, thank you. Share it. Get somebody to know what a sister is, so you can get more people in this sistering movement. Because Lord Jesus, that's the wrong one. But
I love y'all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
yes,
so much.
and I'll see you in the morning.
Yes.
I don't know the address. I gotta find the address, Jesus.
I'll try to see you.
Yeah,
I'll
he
send
hit
it
the
to you.
floor. He's real extra. He's really, really extra.
I'll try to see you in the morning
You'll have a choice.
if I'm not sleeping.
He'll be there. All right, y'all. Pray my strength in the Lord and pray my alarm clock get go off. Bye,
I got
y'all. Love you,
Good night.
ladies.
Love y'all.
Bye.